Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today we're going to show you how to put this together. I might even show you how to do these grout lines, if I can do them. The homeowner was here and he says, Kirk, I got this little trowel so I could do that. I thought, why? Why'd you get that little trowel? And he says, well, because all these pipes. I said, man, how about this? You just lath it and we'll come and do the stucco. We had a few issues, so I'm not sure how stiff this mud is. Anyway, I'll show you how we do this, guys. This is real stiff mud because we had a problem with that mic. And sometimes when we have a problem with the mic, we sacrifice the mud and it gets hard. We have accelerators in here. If you watch what we do a lot of work with accelerators in the stucco. That way we're not watching paint dry. Okay, now why are we doing this? The homeowner here, he bought the house and he's turning it into a 10-plex. I'm not sure how many units it was at first, but I'm counting 10 outlets right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 actually. That's the way to do it, guys. You buy a house these days and you make 10 out of it. Kind of like that old book, Canary Row. I remember, how many folks remember Canary Row? It was written by Steinbeck back in the 40s. And they actually did a movie with it. With Nick Nolte. I remember watching it, and what these guys did back in those days, they were called so-called landlords, and they were actually renting out pipes. A pipe like a concrete covert pipe. I thought that was mighty interesting. Anyway, you see, back to this right here, guys. I'll get back to that story. If you got a big trowel, you don't need a little one to go in here. You take it, put it on, go upward. Other side, take it, go upward. I can see the amount of stucco we have here is not going to finish this off. So what I'm going to do is the majority. Take it, plop it on, upward. Sideways, upward. With this particular job, even if it falls, that's okay because I'm making a little slope right here. Yeah, back to that old movie, Canary Row. These guys were renting out concrete pipes. You'd think it's bad today, today's economy. How'd you like to rent a concrete pipe to sleep in? I know about that movie because about 5-10 years, maybe more, a fellow called me from the Oakland Museum. He said, Kirk, we're replicating those concrete pipes that were in the movie Canary Row. Can you plaster it for us? I said, absolutely. What did you have in mind? So they brought me a wood structure. This is kind of funny. They bought a big wood structure like this, and it was about that big around, and I got inside and I was plastering the inside, then I plastered the outside, and he says, well, we're going to come and get it. I said, you better bring a forklift, man, because I've got 800 pounds of stucco on it. And guess what, guys? If you go to my website, bayareaplastering.com, it's on there. If you're looking through the pictures, I have that photograph of what we did there. Of course, if you go to the museum, you could see it. Sounds kind of odd that people would pay to sleep in a pipe, but man, you think it's bad today? How about that? You know what I'm going to do is, since, well, I'm going to play around right here, guys, and show you. Just because you got a big child doesn't mean that you're limited to its use. I can see we'll probably need another half a bucket. So Jay's going to get that mixed up. I'm going to show you how I put the second coat on here. All right, guys, 15 minutes later now. We went and did the other side. Give this a little bit of time to dry. Let's see. That's Kirk's the best. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, 2 inches thick. So 2 inches thick takes a little while to dry. It's dry enough now. So now that it's dry enough, I brown it out. That just means I'm going to bring it to the same depth as the rest. So it looks straight, but it's far from straight. So now that this is ready for the second coat, now I'm doing is putting another coat, bringing it out to the grounds here. You'd have to be kind of on this to actually see it. Another hawkful. Blam. Blam. Okay. So now this one I'm just bringing this out right here, flushing it. Bringing this one out, flushing it. When I say flush, I just mean bring it out to the grounds here. Here, here, here. Now we'll take this last bit and come up on it. As long as you go up, guys, you can't lose. If you start going down, you pull the mud off. So we don't want to pull the mud off when we're putting it on. So with that movie, Canary Row, how many people can relate to that? Old movie. If you can relate to it, pretty soon, instead of doing stucco, we're gonna start buying tubes and renting them out for people to live in. And probably make more money than doing stucco. Since we're prettying up the wall, we might as well pretty up the foundation also. Come on now, make it look pretty. Give it that little slope. I need a little bit more here. Then we gotta let that set for another 15 minutes. The other side is almost done. I got about 15 minutes or 20. I gotta put all the lines in it. And anytime I come to a texture that I have a hard time with, usually those are the ones Jay can do well. I do every texture right on the money. I'm pretty good at the complicated ones. This particular one, I'll find out. I've done a lot of brickwork in my time, so we'll give it our best shot. So now, that's the second coat. This is 2.5 inches thick. So when you got 2.5 inches thick, that's the kind of this block look. We had to build that up, give it a little bit extra time, a lot more accelerators, guys. If we didn't put accelerators, we'd have to scratch this, come back another day, then brown it. Screw that, takes too much time. Anyway, we're going to give this some time, and when we come back, we're going to hard rubber float it, match this finish if we can. All right, guys, we are down to the easy part now. You could use this. This is a concrete expansion joint. That's what it's used for here. I marked it with the level so I could get an idea what the heck I'm doing. So you put your piece in first, go on up, get it about right where you think it's groovy. Then now we're going to put the other piece in here and take it here. Wet this, keep this wet, guys. And let's see, we're going to go here, and then this piece comes here. Wet it again. Keep on wetting this thing. Again, the people here said, Kirk, don't worry about the lines. There's going to be a whole bunch of meters. And I thought, man, that just wouldn't look right. I got to do the lines. So, now, this guy here is kind of weird, but all of these are kind of weird. I'll put it here, put it here. Take this guy, come here, there, and keep this wet. Again, guys, if you don't keep this wet, it'll drag. And when it drags, it's not pretty. And also, you might say, well, gee, those lines are not as wide as the other lines. I'm going to show you how to fix that. Then we'll go look at Jay's side because he's already done. He's way ahead of me. All right. I gave him the hard side over there, the one that's difficult to do. They got wiggly lines, all kind of weird stuff. Notice I keep wetting this each time. Here, there, here, there. And if it's a little crooked, so what? This whole thing is a little crooked and cockeyed. And if it is crooked, you can always take your float and fix it. So what we're doing is over here, blam. Okay, there we go. Now, what Jay already did on the other side, he took a brush. Now you can take a float or a brush because these lines aren't deep enough. This is a 90-year-old house, so they got a lot of weird stuff going on. So here's how you make it a little bit deeper, guys. You could use your brush or you could use a float. And with a float, you just get it a little bit more. Go at that edge, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Yeah. Now, what we're doing is we're taking this grain into this grain here. These guys weren't the most perfect when they did that, so we don't have to be perfect. We just have to make it similar. Similar. This is going to take me about another 15 minutes or so. I'm going to take you on the other side, guys, while I operate here. Let me show you what Jay did over here, and this is what you would expect. You better watch them stairs, those are wet. How you take it at weird angles, and this was pretty funny looking, but now it matches everything. Anyhow, guys, it's getting late. We're going to get out of here. My name is Kirk. Jayson on the camera. We thank you guys for watching us, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, folks, we want to thank you for watching how we do things in the stucco and plastering world. We really enjoy your questions and comments, so if there's anything you want to learn about that we can show you, please let us know in the comments. And as always, from the entire Giordano family,
we'll see you on the next one.